So, after decades, literally decades, of waiting, a monumental new chapter in Egyptology has finally opened its doors. And today, we're going to use this incredible place, the brand new Grand Egyptian Museum, as our launchpad for a journey deep into Egypt's past. We'll be exploring mysteries that are only now starting to come to light.
Because this incredible new space isn't just some home for old objects. No way. It's a catalyst. It's forcing us to ask new questions and to rethink a lot of what we thought we knew. You see, the story of ancient Egypt is far from over. Okay, first up, let's just explore this architectural marvel. The Grand Egyptian Museum, or GEM as everyone's calling it, is sitting right at the foot of the Giza Pyramids. I mean, can you imagine that view? And it's finally ready to welcome the world.
As soon as you step inside, you're hit with this absolutely breathtaking grand staircase. And it's not just for getting to the next floor, it's a journey through time itself. As you walk up, you are literally flanked by these colossal statues of legendary kings. We're talking Sesostris I, the revolutionary Akhenaten, and of course, the great Ramses II. It's like you're walking up a physical timeline of royal power.
Now, if you're planning a trip, here's something you need to know. While the main galleries are officially open, it's kind of a soft launch at the moment. This means the two biggest draws, and I mean the complete treasure of Tutankhamun and the magnificent solar barks of Khufu, are still behind closed doors for now. So yeah, a return visit is going to be absolutely essential to see the whole shebang.
The opening of the GEM really reshuffles the entire museum landscape in Cairo. I mean, it completely shakes things up. The National Museum of Egyptian Civilization, the NMEC, has its own unique anchor with the royal mummies, which is incredible. But the historic, old-school museum in Tahrir Square, now that it's been stripped of its star exhibits, it's facing a major challenge to stay relevant on the tourist trail.
And the scale of this project is just immense. Let this number sink in for a second. $1 billion. That represents so much more than just the cost. It's a massive investment in Egypt's heritage and, really, in its future. It's a statement piece on a global scale.
Okay, so this amazing new museum gives us the perfect chance to look back. And I mean way, way back. We're going to the very dawn of the pharaohs, to this time that's so shrouded in mystery that scholars have a special name for it, Dynasty 0.
So let me ask you, who was Egypt's first king? For over 100 years, the answer seemed so simple. King Narmer, the unifier of Egypt, right? But as new archaeological evidence keeps surfacing, the story of how one kingdom was forged from two is getting a whole lot more complex.
We now get that unification wasn't a single event. It wasn't one big battle. It was a gradual process, a slow burn over about 150 years. Before Narmer even came on the scene, you had this whole series of powerful kings from the south, guys like Scorpion, Hérihor, and Ka. Each one built on the last, pushing their influence northward piece by piece. Narmer wasn't the beginning of the story. He was the grand finale.
For decades, this iconic artifact was seen as the smoking gun, the definitive proof, a victory monument showing Narmer conquering his northern enemies in one big, decisive battle to unite the country. Case closed. Or was it? Well, the archaeology on the ground tells a very different story. Evidence for a massive, widespread war is surprisingly scarce. It seems unification was less of a military conquest and more of a gradual cultural conquest. The southern culture, its administration, its ideas, they just slowly but surely became dominant across the entire land.
And this is where those early kings fit in. Dynasty 0. It's not an official ancient dynasty, okay? It's a modern label we use for that super important pivotal era when local chieftains started transforming into the first true kings of Egypt.
All right, so we've talked about kings and kingdoms. Let's shift gears a bit. Let's get into the really intimate details of ancient life. How do we understand the world as the ancient Egyptians saw it, and maybe even as they heard it?
This is where things get really fascinating. You see, hieroglyphs only recorded consonants. It's like writing building instead of building. So how do we know how things sounded? Well, linguists have to be detectives. They work backwards from Coptic, the final stage of the Egyptian language, to reconstruct the sounds. And because of that, we've learned that Kemet, the name for Egypt, was probably pronounced closer to Kumet. And the god we all call Anubis, he was actually known as Yenapau. How cool is that?
You know, the Egyptians' entire sense of time was structured around the lifeblood of their world, the Nile.
Their year didn't have 4 seasons like ours. It had 3, and they were all tied directly to the river's rhythm. You had Akhet, the flood, Peret, the growing season, and Shemu, the harvest. It was a calendar born from the land itself.
And for measuring the hours within a day, they developed some seriously clever instruments. During the daytime, they used shadow clocks, and later, more advanced sundials. But what about at night? No sun. That's when they used the clepsydra, or water clock, a brilliant device that measured time by the steady, controlled dripping of water from a vessel. Absolutely ingenious. So, from a brand new museum to the oldest kings, from lost voices to the measurement of time, we're seeing this picture of a civilization that is constantly being rediscovered.
And this is probably the most important thing to remember. History isn't just a collection of facts set in stone. It is a living, breathing field of study. Every single new excavation, every new technology, and every new idea allows us to see the past with fresh eyes.
The gem is going to house thousands of artifacts, and each one holds clues to stories that are still untold. And that leaves us with a pretty thrilling question. As we keep digging and deciphering, what fundamental truth about ancient Egypt do you think will be the next to be rewritten?
I hope you found this journey into Egypt's unfolding story as fascinating as I did. If you want to explore more topics just like this, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And go ahead and share this with anyone you know who loves history. Most importantly, I really want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think will be the next big discovery? Let's talk about it.